Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Today I am documenting my grandson's 8th month photos, which also happen to pretty closely coincide with the 4th of July. His birthday is actually October 31st, which of course is Halloween, and being the 31st, sometimes his monthly photos are taken on the 1st, sometimes on the 30th, sometimes just a couple of days around there, and in July they actually did them on the 4th of July. So I decided to use this background paper from Chamel, and it's got all of these, spirograph, that's what that's called, these spirograph shapes, and they kind of made me think of fireworks. So that's why I decided to use this particular paper. And this was done in January for the Secret Not Secret Kit Club and their online party for January. And the challenge for this one was to document something in the style of your favorite designer. And my favorite designer is Chamel, and so I use all of her papers and stuff for his album. And so that's why I decided to go ahead and do his photos and using her paper. And then in her style, she commonly, she not commonly, but she oftentimes does a block in the center and a lot of layering. And so I decided to go ahead and do some layering, and I thought it would work out perfectly, and I really like how it came out. I've mixed a lot of her collections. Um, I think there's some Field Trip and some Sparkle City in here, and then um, maybe some Head in the Clouds. And so I like the way they all work together. Pretty much all of her collections are pretty easy to mix and match, and that's one thing that just intrigues me about her collections and why I enjoy using it so much. Um, let's see here. The photos, he is wearing some red, white, and blue, and so I pulled in some red, white, and blue and some purples. The purples are kind of like not that bright purple. They're kind of like that more, I don't know. They lean more towards the navy side of purple than the red side of purple. So I really like the way it came out, and it looks really good, especially with his plaid shorts. When you make that plaid of the red and the blue together, it kind of has that purple effect to it. And then he's on the lap of his aunt on the other side of the family. So this is his dad's sister, and I don't have a lot of photos with him. With people from that side of the family because I'm not at a lot of their events per se, but I wanted to make sure I documented this and got a picture of her with him because I don't have a lot of that. And so my title is July 4th and 8 months, and I'm using a little ampersand from the inside of one of those wood buttons. And I did learn that you can pop the little epoxy piece out of the center of the wood buttons, which makes me oh so very happy because those wood buttons are so thick, especially the ones that came with the foam on the back. I think some of the later ones came with like a glue dot, a flat glue dot on the back, and those are better, but they're still pretty bulky. And my albums have a lot of stuff in them that's thick, and them being thick and not really pliable because they're just so hard. Um, Oftentimes I was finding indentations on the pages that were facing these pages in my book, and so I just am not a big fan of using those buttons, or actually I'm not a big fan of Flair either. I do like epoxy Flair just because it's so thin and has a little bit of give to it, but actual Flair I'm not a big fan of, so you don't see a lot of that on my pages, and that's why. Now I've pulled some of these stickers, and I think those might even be from Glitter Girl. I'm not really even 100% sure. Um, and these are all from her varying collections. And that, oh my gosh, that one's super old. That is like, I don't even know, from one of her, for her first collections. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's Starshine. I don't even know at this point. It's been in my stash for a while, and I'm trying to use up some of this because she has a new collection coming out, and I'm super excited to get that. So I need to use up some of what I've got. So the red one at the bottom under the title says Yay. The little pink piece that I stuck in there from that sticker sheet just has hearts on it. And this is the little purple sticker that I added, has like little stars on it. And I thought that was all perfect to celebrate 4th of July. So then I'm adding some more of the epoxy out of the center of those buttons. And I really like the balloons. I thought that was a good place to use them. It's not really his birthday, but you know, when you do baby pictures, a lot of times they do them every month, and that's what my daughter's doing. So it's kind of like celebrating his birth every month, and you get to see how he grows. And so the balloons were perfect, and plus, you know, balloons on 4th of July, that works out too. When just before he was born, I had given my daughter a book that had all of these big round stickers, and they say stuff like first Easter, first 4th of July, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, and so you can see those in the photo on the right hand side. They're stuck on his blanket, and so he does have that represented on his blanket as well. It does say 8 months and first 4th of July. And then right around the 9 or 10 month mark, you'll stop seeing those because he realized they were there. And then he just starts picking them up and playing with them and trying to eat them. And so eventually the stickers disappear. I am using some of these sparkle stars from Sparkle City. And those are like epoxy stars, or kind of like enamel dots. Maybe they are enamel shapes. Anyway, I'm using some of those to finish off the layout and just add a little bit of each color into the areas. I think I used the stars in the hearts as well. And I have multiples of that package, so you can never have enough of those enamel pieces, enamel shapes. I love how they look. So. And then I'm going to pull some of the birds from Sparkle City, and then I think this other one is from Glitter Girl. I think the red one is Glitter Girl, actually. And I'm just going to put one on each side of the layout, the upper left and the lower right. And I'm just kind of like mirroring the layering effects and the embellishments from on that diagonal. And I like how that looks, and I'm pretty much almost to the end of creating this layout. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below, and if you're not a subscriber, I'd love for you to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Oh yeah, putting a date on it. Getting smart. I tend to forget to do that, so I'm happy to see that I did. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.